Oh,
Uncle Seth, man, what's good?
it's good, bro. How you
Shit,
doing?
can't call it. Can't call it. Got the whiteboard in the back. That man always working. I'm
Oh,
surprised it's blank. I'm surprised
yeah.
it's blank.
You don't see the whole wall of whiteboard that's like down this way.
Ah, there it is. There it is. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say, I know it's words. I know it's words somewhere.
I just redid the room to make sure
Okay.
everything's tight. Yeah.
Lou, what up, man? Lou, what up, man?
Oh, D's
Um,
on the line. What up, boy? How you
yeah,
doing, bro?
yeah. Shout out to Cowherd's Corner previous.
Yeah.
Yo, man. So let's jump into it, big bro. I want to go ahead and let you introduce yourself.
All
And after your intro, we'll kind of flow into the convo, how we flow into the
right.
convo.
Yeah. So yeah, my name is Seppo, other known as Sep. I am the COO of QuickLick. I am one of the founding members of Green Tility, a recycling company based out of Nigeria. I'm also the owner of Blank Space Marketing. I'm actually going to do a rebranding as we speak to relaunch here in Q1 2021. And I
Excuse
also
me.
work at a very large company. Still haven't cut the cord yet with that.
Uh,
I won't name the company, but I am a senior manager now at one of
Copy.
the largest companies. Yeah.
It's funny because I referenced if you I don't know if you read the cap if you were able to read the
Yeah.
cap in its entirety, but it says we're going to talk about day one. So if
I saw
anybody
that. I saw that. I saw that.
if
I
anybody
saw
knows
that.
what day one is, we don't got it. If you know,
Yeah, I
you
saw
know.
that.
If
Right.
you know, you
Exactly.
know.
Exactly.
But no, but seriously, I want to talk about that concept and just about how you have your hands in multiple things. And for anyone that doesn't know, um, day one is basically this concept that you want to fight this word called entropy. And I'm not going to get into it. It's a thermodynamics where it's a little more
Right.
complicated.
Right.
I'm familiar with, but essentially it means that once you go through day one, like day two means you basically fall into mediocrity. Day two basically means you're no longer relevant. So you always
Right.
want to be this day one mentality, vulnerable, moving fast, nimble. Like
Right.
you never want to get out of day one. So talk about how that understanding of day one has helped you maybe navigate the multiple roles that you now have and not just the roles outside of where day one was founded, but
Mhm.
like within there.
I mean, so it's like every day you got to reset the clock, right? So it's competition. At the end of the day, I'm competing with the next man, next woman, each and every day for whatever it is. Mostly time is for me is customer loyalty, right? Like if I don't have a strong product or brand, I can't move forward with what I'm trying to accomplish with any of the entities, companies that I work with, work for. So when it comes to day one, it's really like you have to reset the clock every single day. Whatever you did yesterday, that was great. Hopefully you did enough to get to tomorrow. But when tomorrow hits, what are you going to do that day? Every day is day one. If you don't reset the clock and recompete, reset yourself up to align and execute, then you're gonna fall behind. So that for me, that's how I look at day one,
Yeah, yeah.
and it sticks with it. Like I say that probably every day though. Every day is day
Okay.
one.
Dope. That was a great explanation. I love that. You gotta reset each day, like honestly, and that's why they say like your wins really do last longer than your losses. Because a win
Right.
is like because even as a champion, all you're thinking about is right away, like how are we gonna get the next one, right?
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
if you Kobe, if you MJ, like you just kind of thinking about next season right away. Like we're gonna celebrate for these time, but like I'm
Right.
already trying to be
You
back in
gotta
the
get
gym.
back to it. Gotta get back to it, man. No days off.
Absolutely.
No days off. Even though take some
So
days.
how has your upbringing? You know, what I mean, we both from Jersey, so it's a
Right.
little different. Jersey is a
Right.
state
Right.
that they want to kind of put us behind the state of New York when it's really just the city of New York that y'all be talking about. We got Philly right next to us. It's kind of like I don't know. Philly is Philly. They got their own culture, right? But how did that upbringing of Jersey and your role in your family, right, really prepare you to be a leader, not just at Morehouse where me and you really linked up,
Right.
but after Morehouse and into kind of your manhood and being a father now.
Man, that's a very powerful question. So, for me personally, coming out of New Jersey, I grew up in a little bit of a rougher situation, right? Like my dad and I, we never really saw eye to eye. Grew up in Irvington at first. Many don't know Irvington's a little bit more rougher environment. Apartment to apartment for I don't know until I was like maybe 12 years old. Then we got a house. So for me, I always had to be agile, always on my feet, and then I always looking forward. Like I've never stopped and thought like, okay, I'm gonna stay where I'm at, because it was always a mindset of you got to get out, you got to get out, you got to get out. And then from there, like I didn't see myself as a leader going into like college. Like I had one presidential role for a community service organization because that's what I cared about.
Yeah.
But from there, kind of going to Morehouse, and Mother Morehouse, of course, put her arms around me, and it just showed me a little bit more about who I am as a man. And then joining the NAACP with my brother Justin Bryant, my brother Louis Dees. That's how me and Dees linked up.
Okay.
Yeah. From
Legendary
there,
name right there.
yeah, those are some legends, right?
Thanks.
And they just kind of helped project me and propel me forward. And then it was another Morehouse brother from Jersey, John Moore, and he showed me the way to travel. And then from there, taking off, going international. You did hate me, that's fair.
Most Jersey niggas is hated out the gate.
Nah, yo, it's because we have an approach, right? So I was very aggressive, right? Like I came straight. I'm real Jersey, like yo, what's good? Like get out my face, you know what I mean? Like that's how I thought it was cool. So when I jumped over and said, okay, let me make this transition, it's different. I think me and Louis bonded actually when he came to New York and he got the experience what it was.
He understood you. He just understood you a little better. He's like, oh, this is just what he knows.
Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna go into his whole story on this train ride, but we got some true stories to tell.
Damn. We're going to tap back into that for part 2. Maybe have both of y'all on the corner.
Oh, man, that'd be man.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Right. But nah, bro, like it's always been a journey, man. Leadership for me is something that I ended up picking. I actually have a minor in leadership studies. Like that was something that from traveling abroad, it gave me that much exposure. And then as I started to grow and mature, it was one instance where I brought my little cousin down for freshman year. He was a freshman in high school. Right. I was a sophomore in college. And I was like, well, I'm going to bring him out so he get exposure to college and stuff. So I bring him down. I actually ran for the vice president at Morehouse College's NAACP that time. And this changed me forever, right? People were pledging, and I knew I did what I needed to do. I knew I was ready for the role, and they all walked in, signed the pamphlet, walked out, and I lost in a landslide. I completely lost. Now, I could have quit. I could have said, you know what? F this, F everybody else, but I didn't do that. I took up the membership role, and from taking on membership, we grew the chapter to be the second largest chapter in the entire nation. All right. From there, I re-ran for president, and I won in a landslide again, but this time it was in my side, in my favor, and I became the president of the NAACP. From there, kind of didn't stop. From there, I just took off and started running. Career-wise, it is what it is.
Mama, they go that man, mama.
It is.
And I think that's one thing I will say, right, that an HBCU will prepare you for is just to be resilient, right? Like whether it's the registrar's office, whether it's trying to get bread, right? Whether it's running for something because the politics at HBCUs. It's going to really see what you made out of it. And I think what happens is, unfortunately, sometimes if you don't have the right people around you that dog, you only stumble. Like you ain't really fall off. You just stumble. Right. Like you'll really think that it's the end for you. And it's dope to see that you were like, bro, that VP spot was what it was, but we finna do what we got to do, and we gonna level up. Like what you doing?
I took one class my sophomore year of college. I had one class freshman semester, like first semester sophomore year. Yeah. I used to go to financial aid every single day. I got there about 7:45. I sat till 9 a.m. for 3 months straight because I didn't have money to go to school. After I left, I leave at about 9 o'clock, 9:05, 9:10. Miss Jackson let me in and say, hey, you're done. Right? You have no money. I turn around, go get on the bus, get on the train, get on another bus, go to work. Then after I was done going to work, I would come back home or I would go back to Morehouse so I can try to figure out how I'm going to get some money so I can go back to school. So for me, quitting isn't an option. If you want it, you're going to go get it. Like that's it. Like, and that's how I live. Like I don't give up. I don't know what quitting is.
Heard you. Let's jump to because we know you. I definitely know you don't quit, but you're definitely quick to put your hands in multiple cookie jars. Let's talk about Green City. I think Nigeria is a very important place for us as Black people. Obviously, we have the SARS situation going on that has really kind of shown us that this is not policing is not really a Black and white thing. It is for Americans, right? But the whole structure of policing is one that's corrupt. That's kind of grounded in some things that are inequitable. maybe I don't know if there was conversation with the team during that time, or just talk about the building of SARS. Excuse me. Wow, Green Tillity. Excuse me.
Right.
And if SARS has kind of impacted your ability to navigate the terrain.
Well, SARS has not impacted us yet. That's a positive. So what we've been doing was we were utilizing Cleaner Health in Nigeria, which is essentially the brand that was put together by my business partner. And we're leveraging that really to start the recycling process, build awareness, with green renewable energy, also focusing on like cleaning the streets. Really bad trash problem in Nigeria. You go to Lagos, you can walk the streets, look at the trash littered throughout. And really what we're trying to do is not only solve that, but take it to the next level, right? So we're trying to go green. We want to prevent plastics and renewable energy to be made from these types of materials, and we focus on the environment at the end of the day. So when I spoke to my business partner, I would ask, like, hey, are you okay? We were checking in with each other like every other day. He would check in when Black Lives Matter was happening. He was reaching out to me, right? So when SARS is happening, I'm saying, hey, what's going on? Are you okay? Is everybody okay? And I have a large friend group that is from Nigeria, as most people do. Like most people that are African think that you're Nigerian or you're American for some reason.
For those that don't know, Sep last name is Moshe Aliba. What is your?
I'm South African. I'm Sutu.
Tutu.
Yeah. But nah, man, they were good, man. So he was fine. His team was fine. There was nothing that negatively impacted them, which was great. But from a country standpoint, I'm happy that they stood up and fought for what they believed in. And at the end of the day, when you look at police brutality, like you alluded to, it's not just an American thing. It's not a Latin America thing, right? It's a universal issue. And for that cause, we all need to stand up and support one another as we try to grow and push forward. What's up, Henry? I see you, boss.
For sure.
Boy.
What business pieces that you can kind of speak to that you maybe remember? I know you have a lot that goes on. Some things just happen and you go with the flow. What was that like? Setting up a business in Nigeria. I'm assuming your partner's there on the ground.
Right.
From what we've heard, I don't know firsthand account, but
What's up, baby?
Corrupt and having to pay officials to get things done. I'm not saying that you all know that. I know it's like, again, I'm not trying to speak cinematically, right? But
no, I mean, so really the big thing. So here's a fun story about this, right? So I went to South Africa and I was going down for my 30th birthday and I wanted to go, and my father passed away, so I was bringing his ashes home. So in that entire concept, I was going there, I dropped off my dad's ashes. I'm actually headed back to the States. I landed in the States with my cousin. Sends me a message. He's like, hey, man, I think you should talk to this guy. I was like, ooh, what? And I pull up, like my phone, and this young man talking about clean and healthy in Nigeria. I had no inclination that I even cared about getting into recycling at that point. That was not something that I thought about. I did not think that I was going to be ever involved in something like that. And I just reached out to him. We started talking. It was a great connection. We hit it off from there, right? So we just started conversing over WhatsApp. We talk on IG all the time. He checks in on me, checks in on my daughter. And then from there, it was like, you know what? This is viable. This is something that I definitely can get behind. And, it's green energy. I want to get in Africa. I want to do business on the continent. So we just kind of started conversing. It's like right now, what we're actually doing now is rebuilding our operating plan for how we want to see the vision of the company going into 2021. So our phase one kicked off 2021. We already have the LLC and everything taken care of. That there's no corruption and all that. Of course, stuff happens, but that's not what we ran into, right? So like Nigeria is financially, like if you look at it, they have one of the strongest financial systems in the world. So a lot of times folks talk about Africa in a negative light, but where you fall short on that is that, maybe you're thinking about the global impact of Nigeria overall and how people may negatively demean the culture. That's not true. Right, that's not factually based when you go into the cities and you speak to the people directly. A lot of folks in Nigeria just want to go grind, execute, just like you would in the United States, build a business, support themselves, their family, and their friends, and ultimately their community. One thing a Nigerian will tell you is they're very proud of who they are, and that I support. And I love most of
Nigerian Americans. Trust and believe.
Right, for sure, right? So. I think we haven't run into those obstacles. Not saying that won't happen. Honestly, it happened in the United States. It happened anywhere. But we'll prepare for it like we would with anything else. So let's push through. That's what we do.
How have you found? I know you pretty much who you are through and through. You know what I mean? So I'm going to ask a question. I'm pretty sure I just answered it. But how have you found who you kind of need to be in different scenarios in order to get the job done? Obviously, your main major gig right now. Can you hear me? Am I good? Hold on, I should come back momentarily. Just bear with me. How's that?
I can't
hear me okay?
Hold on. Let me switch to a different.
I just turned my Wi-Fi off. You might be able to tap in now.
Hold on. Yeah, you spitting out for me real quick.
Yo, you can hear me okay?
Let me see. Maybe it's me. Let me check. I think I can hear you now.
Yo, we good? We good on your side? Sorry, y'all. We gonna get to a little technical difficulties.
I still got you spitting there, boss man.
So again, for those who don't know, Sep, is the COO of Quicklick. He is the founder of Green Utility. We good? You can hear me? I hear a slight echo.
I can't hear you on. I can't hear you on my IG, but I can definitely see you on the other.
I see you talking to me on the other live, which is good. But your Instagram is cutting up. I'm a bang on you and invite you back in.
Shut it all down.
Bear with us, y'all. Bear with us. I appreciate everybody that popped in. We're gonna get this right. Come on. Never happened before.
Let me see.
Oh man, it's crazy.
I can hear you on the other service. Hey Mike, can you hear me on the computer, on the laptop?
What you say, Seth?
I can hear you on laptop. We went blank completely. We blacked out on the live.
Yeah, no. I feel like this y'all finna mess up on me, bro. Tight.
It's all right, man.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end this one and
we'll request to join again. Let's see. Let me send your request. See if it lets you go through. Shut it all down. Lewis is a clown, man. I love Lewis.
Wow. That whole original video gone, bro. Everything we talked about. Thankfully, it's here. This is live right now. We're talking on, but Instagram is.
It's done. It's done,
bro.
All right, so you about to cut it? You want me to cut it and get back on?
Yeah, I just did it. I'm about to start a whole new one right now.
All right.
I'm about to start a whole new one right now. Oh man, that sucks.
It is what it is, man. It's part of the business, bro.
I'm back. Let me know if you can see me when you're ready.
I'm ready. Coming in.
All right, y'all. Sorry about that. This is part 2. Part 1 is long gone. I'll do some type of recap. Also, you can find the first part of the conversation actually on Cowherd's Corner on YouTube. So don't even trip. Yes, sir.
All right, I'm back. I'm back. Yeah. Join me in. Tag me in, coach. There we go.
All right, and we back. So I'm actually glad that fake kind of happened because I figured out how I actually want to ask this next question.
Okay.
And the question is, how has
we'll wait for some folks. All right, we got middays back. All right, my man. Well, it's late out there, man.
Appreciate y'all pulling back up, man. Appreciate y'all.
He's in Nigeria right now. He's out of Lagos.
Yeah, what time is it out there? Drop it in the chat for us.
Yeah, right. Wait, what time is it? It's late. It's in bed, man. It's probably I think it's 7 hours, but
Tucked in.
so you got D's coming in.
Keep dropping hard eyes. But so the question is,
Yeah.
how has your ability to maintain who you are better served you in all the capacities that you are involved in?
So I mean, being who you are is not a problem for me. Like I have no issue with telling somebody to go kick rocks or go fuck themselves, all in the same sentence, as well as say hi, how you doing. So
Right.
that doesn't and will never probably be a problem for me. I don't quite honestly when it comes to doing business sometimes like and I'll deconstruct on that one. I don't give a shit. Right. And that's the part of like
It has too.
how it is. Like when you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna get into it. And that's who I am. Like so when I'm sitting back and like maybe we have a disagreement, I'm gonna speak my piece, you speak your piece. Let's come to an agreement and then let's push forward, right? So I don't give a fuck at the end of the day when it comes to like complaining, bitching, moaning, whatever you want to call it. I expect this to all get aligned and execute, right? So that's what I bring. At the end of the day, when you deal with me on a business tip, you deal with me outside in the street, you're gonna deal with the exact same person. Like that's one of the key things about myself that I love about me is that I haven't found a way to like be different in that some form or fashion, right? Like if you know Sep, you know Sep. It's
Yeah.
not two different Seps. Like it's the same guy, right? And you expect him to change at some points. Like of course I'm gonna be professional and meaning. But if you get up and you want to bow your chest, I'm gonna bow my back and it was good. Let's go for it. That jersey had no left. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is.
That's
In that regard.
So let's kind of jump into I won't call it the main event. I think everything you're doing is the main event in its own way. But quickly, you know, for those who don't know, this is the best and top delivery liquor service that you can go to right now. Based out of Miami. The head city is Miami, headquartered in Miami, yeah? Yeah, man. Tell us about that and connect with the founders.
So yeah, we're headquartered out of Miami. All right, so the founders are actually 3 Clark Atlanta grads, 2 Kappa Alpha Psi, 1 Beta Psi brother. And from there, basically, they came up with a concept of a liquor delivery company. This happened really in like 2011. They thought about it, but they didn't launch the business until 2018. Here I come in 2019. It was 1 a.m. in Lagos. My boy is up.
I see. This shit got a crazy lag. Yeah,
I love it.
That's love.
You feel me? But no, man. Like, so the company 2018, then in 2019, we actually met at Afrotech last year. I went to Afrotech with my other company, and then I had the opportunity and the pleasure to meet these brothers in a Sprinter van. Had a couple of pitches coming at my head, and my boy Henry that was on earlier, he was a part of the actual Quick Lick, the initial pitch that I received from Quick Lick. And then from there, pretty much, you know, I said, hey, I love the concept. I think it's a great idea. What are you all doing? Let's stay connected. Let me see who I can set you up with and support. And then from there, what ended up happening was I was connecting them with other folks. And while connecting, it ended up being that, you know, it was an opportunity for me to invest. And I came on board. I invested some money. I got a small percentage of the company. And eventually that turned into me taking over as the chief operations officer. But that's how I got there in Quick Lick. From COVID-19 happening, we've pretty much blown up. Like, so at first we had 1 store. Now we're about to be operating out of Tampa, Clearwater, and in Q1 2021, looking forward to launching Quick Lick ATLs coming soon. So basically, it's an alcohol delivery business. We service late night delivery. That's where our niche market is. We actually own all 100% market share of Miami's late night delivery service for alcohol delivery. So if you need late night bottle service in Miami, hit us up. We're gonna respond. We're gonna be there. We got you. We're gonna take care of you. That's what we do. It's Quick Lick there.
Yo.
Hey, Sharisa. I see you, free.
Yeah, IG spinning on my side, but just keep talking.
Yeah, you know, you're spinning, but I'm gonna turn you up on my other side so I can hear you.
We're gonna talk here. Yeah, just keep going on IG though. I think the crowd can hear it.
What you got?
So what are your current focuses right now, COO of Quick Lick?
So what the CEO is Quick Lick? Oh, so my current focus right now is growth and expansion. So really infrastructure, So when you look at a company that is at our scale and our size, we need to really set up our infrastructure to operate. So currently we have an app that's kind of in reproduction mode. Hopefully we're launching that in the next few weeks. I'm not going to really try to go too hard on that yet. But my main focus right now is building out our footprint. So what you'll see for me is I'm focusing on applications like Twilio. I'm reaching out to other partners that we have, trying to work out deals to try to align with our core focuses. Clearly, I have a delivery service business, so we're trying to scale our third-party driver services to ensure that we can continuously deliver in any market that we want to go to globally. And then from there, my other focus is going to be always expanding our footprint and ensuring that the business model matches what we're looking for from a low-cost initiative. So that's like a real razzle-dazzle answer, but
yeah, no, I know one thing is not going to be easy, or that there's going to be conversation around. It's just laws around that. So have you found that some of the markets you want to tap into, a little tougher than others? We just had an election. Does it really matter who's in office in that state? Are you tapped in from the COO side? Just legality?
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you one thing. From an election standpoint, it doesn't impact our business really right now. We haven't seen the impact if there was one. It's really fresh, clearly, and if the guy that's currently in the office has not necessarily accepted his fate yet, so I don't think we've all seen any type of change as of yet. But as it pertains to Quick Look, of course, we're gonna have to look at it from tax purposes and how the business needs to scale and what we need to do differently. It's really not looking at, I would say, Donald Trump or Joe Biden. It's
really local elections. I was speaking to your local, not
really. Proposition 22 in California is one of the big ones that we're actually looking at right now. With Lyft and Uber, they're having issues where essentially they want to do a driver services where you have to start to pay them, the third-party drivers as employees. So for a company like us at our size and scale, that's huge. Yeah. So if I want to go to Cali, I have a lot to think about, right? So that's one of the big pieces of where we're at right now from an operational standpoint, is trying to figure that part out. So if you want to know kind of where I'm at, that's what I'm thinking about. I'm reading into it. I'm looking at votes. I'm trying to see, did it pass? Yes, no, maybe so. That's huge for us right now. And we talk about that every day.
Atlanta, the last stop for you, man. I know you are a father, so you can't just kind of up and move how you normally do. Atlanta is, kind of becoming this place where people are migrating to, whether that's Tristan Walker with Bevel, whether that's Twitter, whether that's, Facebook, Pandora.
So Atlanta, if y'all didn't hear, the question was, is Atlanta the last stop for me? Atlanta is a stop of many, of course. I live in Atlanta. I'm not planning to leave Atlanta anytime soon. I do have a 4-year-old daughter. I'm not leaving that child's life. She's actually downstairs right now. I have my little brother watching her for me. But to be respectful of that, I don't know what's going on with my life.
Yeah, my shit tweak. I'm about to try to kick you from the John and then try to invite you back in. But
all right, do that. But no, man. So I'm not leaving Atlanta. I'm gonna set up shop. My grandfather's originally from Atlanta. My sister lives out here. My cousin just moved out here. Got other family members out here. I'm not going nowhere. That's not the plan. Really, though, I do travel a lot, though. So if I get the opportunity, I'll definitely be jumping around as needed.
What other city have you lived in? Have you lived anywhere outside of Jersey, Georgia?
That's it.
Wow.
That's it. I just be on the move, baby.
Yeah.
That's the game. No, I have not lived anywhere else. I mean, I don't have any. Atlanta's to me is heaven for me, man. You don't see that many African Americans doing what we're doing in a collective environment. So why would I leave Atlanta? What would be the reason for me leaving?
That's real.
I've ended.
Yeah. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Like I said, we got you here, so anybody who want to watch can tap in on YouTube.
You said I got to tap in on YouTube?
Yeah, this is where this stream is going to go. It's going to go to my
YouTube.
But man, what's it been like to be a dad? I think you are probably the second dad on the. I can't think of all my guests right now. But you might be the first. You might be the first pops. I could be wrong. Don't quote me.
I'm the first pops, for real?
Yeah. You might be the first pops on the show, bro.
Yeah, that's live. That's lit. Yeah. Hold up. Let me run my live. Let me see if my live works.
Word, I can maybe tap in. Yeah, no problem.
A lot of folks is tapping in. I got 73 active followers right now. I think they're trying to join in. A couple people.
Y'all, mad cool. I'm trying to.
Shut up, man. Let me see. Active now.
Let me.
See. What you said. But nah, I do like I mean, from an Atlanta standpoint, I mean, good. What was the question? Run that question back to me again.
Oh, nah, just you know, just being a pops, man. How has that kind of, you know?
It's a blessing, brother. Like it's a beautiful experience.
Yeah.
So my daughter, she's my heart first and foremost. That is my everything. She keeps me going. If you ever see me with her, you would know quickly. That's my twin.
Mm-hmm.
And she's also like personality wise, I mean, she's like complete opposite, right? Like she's like into ballet and super girly and you know, daddy, I want lipstick, daddy, I want my
That ain't
hair.
personality, nigga. That's just what I like. That's just preferences. Now, how does she be when she do those things?
I mean, she's amazing that. Don't get me wrong, she has a limitless work ethic when she wants to use it. She's a diva, as I expect in my child, right? She gets some aspects natural from her family members that are female, but she's amazing, man. Like she's amazing. Like at the end of the day, becoming a father is probably the best thing that ever happened to me. It slowed me down. It taught me how to reintroduce empathy into my life. Having that love, that young girl walk up to you, give you a kiss, and she also depends on you, and she knows at the end of the day, daddy's always gonna be there to support her. Like me, I can't take that from anything else that I do. Like I love her. I don't know how to express my love for my daughter more than like she is everything to me, and I'll do anything and everything in my life to make sure that she's okay and taken care of. And there's nothing that I won't do for my child. And that's that. I don't know, man.
She going to Spelman, son?
Huh?
She going to Spelman?
Yo, Spelman, that's a whole conversation, bro. You know that tuition is crazy, V. Like you're talking about spending money. Like I already dropped the whole back. Like, let me tell you something. I didn't, at least, and I'm not gonna give you the exact amount. Daycare, since she's been a baby, $1,000 a month at the minimum. That's not the full price. I'm giving you a minimum end of it. A stack a month. Okay. I could have bought me a nicest Mercedes. I could have done some craziness. $1,000 a month, bro. $1,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? So just know when you have a kid and you want to be out here, people are like, oh, I want to have a baby. I want to do this. Go to New York, go to Seattle, you out there, you drop $2,000, $2,500 a month just on daycare. I ain't talking about when that kid grow up.
Oh, that daycare number be crazy. When I be talking to my.
That's it. You said I ain't broke as hell because you want the best for your child, though. But you're gonna do whatever you got to do. The money doesn't really matter at the end of the day as long as your child's getting the best. So to the Spelman point, I hope damn well she go to Spelman on a full ride scholarship. All the damn money I'm spending. And if she gonna go wherever the hell she wants, I'm supportive either way. I want her to go and do whatever the hell she wants to do in life, and I want to give her the opportunities to do that. That's my goal. So I don't give a damn what she does at the end of the day, as long as she's doing something that she loves and she's happy. That's what I care about most.
So one of the freedoms that I also kind of hear in there, right, is this financial freedom, right? I know that you are tapped into the market a little bit. You've invited me to a group to help me kind of hone in on my skills. Right. How did you get introduced to stocks, and then how did you really kind of take that introduction and just run with it?
Stocks. So I got introduced to stocks. Like when I first started, I was probably 2017 or something like that. I was at work. Bitcoin was blowing up. I didn't know anything about Bitcoin. One of my boys just became a millionaire. And I was like, how the hell? He was like, I bought this when I was a kid. I just let it sit. And boom, he blew up. He's a multimillionaire now. And we were talking and I was like, all right, whatever. It's too late for me to get in on that, so I don't care. And then one of my coworkers was explaining to me about how her boyfriend got in on Bitcoin, made a little bit of money, but he got in on a penny stock as well. And that inspired me to go ahead and open up a penny stock account. And I always tell this story to people so they can get an understanding of how the market works. I put $750 into one trade. My first trade, $750. I made $9,000 off of my very first trade. $9,000, right? I said I wanted to make 10,000. I was gonna pay off all this stuff. I just needed to hit 10,000. And the way I was waking up, man, I was making $2,000 in the morning when I woke up. 30 minutes in, I'm like, I'm great. I'm Gucci, right? And then literally the next day when I knew I was gonna sell, the market freaking tanked. That thing dropped down about 2,000. I made about 2 racks off it, like, to be fair. But at the end of the day, it's like $9,000 off of $750 and I only made 2,000 because I was being greedy. That taught me my first lesson with the market. Like, hard lesson.
Damn. Okay.
I've never had a 750 to 9,000 rise since. So just to, and I've been trading every since.
Yeah. Like don't take that and run with it. It's very anecdotal.
I'm not understanding that. I know how to, now I can probably help you finesse something, but like that's just a hell of a run. You know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna happen every day.
Man, so how do you do you keep things organized in your life with all you have going on? Or you kind of just let things, like, what you got to get done, and anything that kind of falls through the cracks, it reminds you of it, how it reminds you of it, and then you take care of it.
So the benefit of doing all the stuff I do, I have a lot of partners. I have amazing partners in pretty much every business that I try to start or get into. They hold me accountable, generally speaking, because I will hold them accountable. But in the same right, they pretty much make sure that they kind of know like where I'm headed and what I'm doing. But sometimes I definitely fall short. Like I'm a human being. I definitely miss on a lot of things, actually. So a lot of times what I try to focus my energy on is writing stuff down. I have a calendar that I try to sell. Like literally, if you see me in the morning, I wake up it depends, anywhere from like 5 to 6 a.m. First thing I do when I wake up, after I turn my alarm off, is like I'm looking at my calendar. Okay, what's my day look like? What's in my plan? What do I need to execute? And then what's all the random variables? Excuse me. Because as you would know, once you start any day, variables kick in, shit happens. You don't know what the hell you're about to end up doing some days. Like I have this elaborate plan and then it just falls to shit. Like tonight, by the way, I work phone lines sometimes still. Like that's not something that I don't do. So like I have a part-time job for QuickLick where, as we still scale our new business, I'm working, ready. I'll be at work at 9 o'clock tonight. Calling the QuickLick if you need to order a bottle out of Miami. You hear my voice on the phone. Like that's how it goes.
That's how it be. Scrappy at the startups.
I mean, I don't use the word scrappy anymore. The company I work for kind of destroyed that for me because scrappy is one letter away from being crappy, right? So you just want to be careful with how you want to utilize that, right? Yeah. But I mean, we what's that word people always say? Bootstraps, pull yourself up like bootstraps.
Oh, by your bootstraps. Yeah.
Right. Man, look, my partners work their ass off. Like, let me be very clear. My partners work their asses off. Every last one of them. Like, I can't take credit for anything they do. Like, these people are fucking amazing. Like hook, line, sinker. Like, you talk about folks that literally, like, I got one of my brothers right now, the CEO of QuickLick, is up every single night until about 3, 4 a.m., making sure orders are delivered, dispatching. Then he goes to sleep. He's back up around 8 o'clock every morning. Like, I got a CMO who has his own marketing company. He has a full-time job. He has a kid on the way. And this man be out there pitching like this. Like, I mean, like, and when I say pitching, this man is out there pitching. You feel me? Like, see Midday, he's out right now. Green Tilly, he's up. It's 1 a.m. in Lagos right now. He's wide awake watching me on this live stream, right? Like, that's one of my partners, right? Like, they're working at all times. These guys are fucking phenomenal. And then you look, Sharisa. I got a girl, so Sharisa, right? She's our CFO QuickLick. She has a full-time job based out of India, right? Had to come back home to America and still is crushing it with us here in the United States, working QuickLick and doing her job out in India simultaneously. You talk about like, it's a team full of badasses.
How you not show up in your best with that? How you not show up in your best?
The president, my boy got a real estate business. He got an insurance business. He got QuickLick. And he live in Cali, bro. Miami's 3 hours away from him. And he's crushing it. Right? Like, come on, bro. Like, my team is strong from that reason only. Like, everybody works their ass off. Like, really, I tell them they inspire me to get my ass up and get to work. Like, there's no excuse when you're around people like that. When you build partnerships like that, there's no excuse. Like, get it done. Like,
so that actually leads me kind of into the wrap up, man. Like, I think there, once I push this out, chop it up, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot of people that come back and peep what you had to say. What is kind of some of the words you'll leave for somebody who might be an entrepreneur, might be in corporate America, might be trying to juggle corporate America and entrepreneurship, might be trying to make the transition? Just some words of like, You know, whatever keep you going, something that somebody might have said to you to get you out of a funk, get you through shit.
So for people that are trying to make that jump, corporate America, you're entrepreneur, work your ass off. First thing I tell everybody, work hard, right? Work hard. And if you see like my name, it says Uncle Sep, and then you see hashtag I'm here to help. At the end of the day, there's nothing that you're not going to be able to do accomplish as long as you take it from the mindset that you're helping, right? If you have a customer, you have people that you're working with every day, you're there to help. I don't care what you think you are or who you are. You can't get anywhere in life without someone else helping you get there. But one thing I always listen to, and I'm big on watching, like, I love Elon Musk. Like Tesla, he's crazy as hell. He does whatever he wants.
Oh,
right?
I saw your question about what book you should have read. Did you go with Dalio? Did you go with Principles that night?
I did not read Dalio. Actually, I went with Grow More, right?
Grow More.
And the reason I went with Grow More, that's my boy Ian Moore. He's out of Jersey, by the way.
I know, bro. He doing well. He outside. He outside.
Actually Ian on this show, so you gotta let Ian talk. Because Ian got me doing yoga, by the way. I don't have the skill set, you feel me? But the boy is nasty. Ian is nasty at doing yoga. If y'all don't know, check out Ian Moore. He's amazing. That's my boy. He lit, right? But I went with that because what I wanted to know is, like, for me, that was the smallest book I had, but it was also, like, probably for me the biggest book because it hits me right at home. I'm from Jersey. I grew up in the same areas that he grew up in, and reading his literature like really inspires me, and it definitely picked my ass back up and said, all right, bro, you gotta keep running. Like, when I get tired, I always go back to my main inspiration, which is Jersey. That's where I'm from. That's what raised me. That's what bred me. So I always go back home, and if brothers and sisters can give me anything, they give me that sense of community, right? And that's what pushes me. But back to your main question about, like, when you're out here working, and a part of what you're gonna want to do is quit. Like, when it gets really tough, and I'm talking really tough, like when you're at those 17, 18-hour days and you just want to call it a quits, and you're like, fuck this shit, I hate this shit, I'm gonna quit, I'm gonna do my own thing, or I'm gonna go find another job. That's when you burrow deep in who you are as a person. For me, I said, that's who I am as a man, right? I dig into who I am. And I said, all right, do you really want this? And then why are you doing this? Questioning yourself. Why are you doing this? What do you want out of this? Because it's not about everybody else. Like, sometimes we'll make it about everybody here, everybody there. It's not about them. It's about you. Do you want this? Because if you don't want this, you're not going to get it.
Not going to get it. It's going.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, right? You can be the smartest person in the world. You can be the most creative person in the world. You can have the best work ethic in the world. But at the end of the day, you got to believe in yourself. And if you say, yo, I'm going to do it, I'm going to knock this out, I'm going to go hit it, I'm going to hit it hard, then you're going to do that. You got to speak that into existence, but you have to do that. No one else is going to do that for you. Like, as many times as I go out here and I work my ass off and I got that 17-hour day and I want to quit, there's been many a days I had my laptop in my hand. I'm like, F this job, company, F this, nah, it's straight up fuck all out. Like, I'm done, right? And what I've learned from myself in that is that was the point where I grew the most. That's when I learned who I really was as a person. I don't quit. When I walk away, it's because I want to leave, right? You're not gonna force me on anything. And at the end of the day, that's what I care about the absolute most. Like, I always want to grind. Like, I love the grind. Like, I don't know how else to describe that. I just love it, you know. But you got to work hard, man. Anything you want out of life, out of yourself, you got to work hard for it. And when you get there, hopefully it satisfies that need. And if it doesn't, maybe you didn't go after the thing that you really wanted, right?
It has.
Because for me, success is all. That's what success is, man. It's going to knock it out. They're figuring out what the next thing is and going to get that too.
My bishop said something that was like, I'm gonna mess this up, but it's basically something along the lines of like, real dreams. It's something like your dreams keep you awake at night, but like in a good way, right? Like, you wake up thinking like, damn, it's 1:40, it's 1:42. I'm not doing nothing. Let me go ahead and, you know what I mean? Let me go ahead and fix the website. Let me go ahead and write this go-to-market strategy down. You know what I mean? You know, you wake up randomly at 3:37. Sometimes shit be on your spirit. You know what I mean? And if something that you're doing just randomly has you waking up, you're not dreaming about that, right? It's keeping you awake. That dream is keeping you awake so that you can bring it into reality. I think that's what I love about entrepreneurship is that, like, if you're talking to the right person, you'll really feel like you could bring anything into this world within reason, right? Like, you might have your perspective trimmed and you're going, you know, have different things, but it's like, there's a form, there's something in this realm of what I want to do that can be done, or at least that I could be the mustard seed for the next 2 or 3 people that like, oh, we got to start with how Cowherd, how Sep started it off, and we can continue from there. You know, I mean, that legacy, if you will.
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna jump into legacy, you know, and then I'm gonna kind of let you close it out with, you know, how to keep in touch with you and all that. What's your legacy what does your legacy look like in 50, 60 years? Whether you're still here, whatever. Like, what's your legacy look like in
I mean,
half a
I'm a
century?
change agent, brother. Like, I'm somebody that you look at and you just say, this guy never quits. Like, he'll work himself into the ground because he's trying to get it done. Like, I don't know how to quit. I don't want to know how to quit. I'm never going to try to quit. I'm going to always try to go get it and grind. Like, my legacy has to be built around people. And that's one of the biggest things about me. Like, a lot of folks don't understand. When I was in college, I probably had 10, 15 people living at my house at one point. And it wasn't folks that like, you know, oh man, that's my boy. Let me just come stay in my house, bro. I want you to hang out. Nah, it's like, yo, Sep, I have nowhere I can stay. I don't have anywhere to go. I have no roof over my head, but I'm trying to get this education. All right, bro. Yo, I got 2 rooms. It's 2 rooms. We got a couch out front. Let's go. Like, here you go. Here's your spot. You know, and I let them stay with me, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what makes me me, right? That's who I am at the end of the day. I care about my community. I care about my people. I go out. I've registered people to vote. I've done U.S. Census. I've tried to get people out of jail. I've set up different like political actions campaigns, like the re-election that we were just running. I was working on that, right? Like, there's a lot of different things that I care about deeply in my heart, but the biggest thing I care about most is people. Like, I want to see us all win. Like, I don't care. Like, at the end of the day, my goal, and I always say that, my grandmother hates me saying that to her, but like, I don't care. Like, I care about my friends, my people, everybody winning, right? Like, if y'all win, we win, right? Like, if you hungry and I'm cooking, excuse me, folks be like, yo, you cooking? Pull up. Come on, I know you hungry, come to the house. I got some food. I know you ain't got no food. Come over by the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure you well fed. You know what I'm saying? And that's just who I am as a man. So like, my legacy is built upon looking out for others and knowing, like, at the end of the day, I'm always gonna support you. Now, do I agree with every decision? Hell no. I'm gonna let you know how I feel. But at the end of the day, I care about people, man. I care deeply. You know what I'm saying? And that's something for me. I get anxiety from always trying to support and be there for other people. I always want to make sure people are taken care of. So for me, that's kind of sometimes where I always hit that wall, but that's what I care about. That's who I am. And my grandmother, who I haven't really talked about, she's my greatest inspiration, man. She put me through college my first year. She supported me. I didn't have no money. She paid for that shit out of pocket. I don't know where the hell she got the money, but she sure as hell. I drove down to Morehouse, bro. I had nothing. I had $300 in my bank account. I had clothes, and I was like, yo, I'm going to school. And grandma was like, go ahead, get in that car, baby. Go ahead down there. And I got there, bro. That ass, my sister pulled out a check for $30,000, went in the registrar office, paid my first year of college off for my grandmother. That's serious. You know what I'm saying? That woman supported me thick and through, you know, thick and thin, you know what I'm saying? And she was my greatest inspiration. And my grandmother sometimes is very straightforward. Okay, when I say that shit, I mean that shit. And she don't care about your feelings. She gonna tell you how she feel. That's where I get that from. But she trained up a young man. She trained up this child to go into the world and to see it a different way. You know, so like my granddad, he built that work ethic in me to where every day he woke up maybe about 4:45 every day. He laid floors for a living. And he get up, he go out, boom, 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 knocking floors out. He walk back in the house 6, 7 o'clock, turn the TV on, get the hell out of his way, let him sit down. It's a man in the house, right? And then my grandmother would come, give him water, give him food. And by no means was my grandmother like some woman that's gonna sit there and serve you. So don't get that.
Sometimes she give me some time I get. I love it.
But what she was a strong Black woman who also was very well educated, went to Morgan State University, so my life. She also went to NYU. My grandmother also sung in the Apollo and got booed off the stage because she did opera. And at that time, they didn't accept Black women doing opera, and especially not the Apollo. Right. So she got booed off the stage, right? So her story is very dynamic, but she also instilled so much in me. She marched with King, and that inspired me to where you see me in NAACP marching, right? There's parts of my dad that I ain't gonna get into, but you know, he came out of South Africa. He fought for apartheid. He got shot in his arm, right? There's a small facts. So like being a part of that and then coming and translating that into the 21st century, where you see me out marching for Black Lives Matter. You saw me canvassing for Troy Davis in southern and rural Georgia. You saw me go march for Gina in Louisiana for the Gina 6 back when I was younger, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see me going all around doing these different things. It's my lifeblood, right? Supporting my community, supporting people, right? That's the biggest thing about me that a lot of folks probably don't realize or know all that about me. But in the same, that's who I am. That's what built me as a man. So today, where you see me walking around, my chest be poked out sometimes. Like I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna stunt. You know what I'm saying? I be talking that talk. It's because of how much
work behind it, though.
I mean, I get that, right? But like, it's just because I feel some type of way. I have a certain bravado about myself, and I feel that way strongly. And if I don't have that, and if I don't believe in myself, and I don't bring that, then you're not getting all of me. And if you don't see that, like, I definitely not getting all of me. Like that. That's who I am. Like, sometimes it's take it or leave it, of course. But I really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. No, I definitely I hear that loud and clear. And one of the things that the corner was really created for was really to, especially this season. I think the first time that I created it, it was really just when I first did it in 2017, it was just about seeing if I could do a podcast, seeing if I could have conversations, seeing if I could XYZ. But now it's really just about like, yo, my friends, Black friends, are really out here doing things that matter, right? And I'm proud of y'all, and I wanted to be able to give y'all the platform to really let people know the depths and the complexities of who y'all are as people. So I'm proud of you, bro. I love you. I'm very grateful.
I love you too, bro. For sure.
Yeah, grateful to know you. Grateful to have you. You know what I mean? I don't, not to sound like a hurt dog, but come to my rescue, right? Hold me down out of love. You feel me?
Sure.
So I'm thankful for that forever. So thank you for pulling up to the corner. How can the people keep in touch with you, follow you?
Oh man, for sure. Follow me, Uncle_Sep. Yo, follow us on QuickLick, QUIKLIQ_. Follow us. We're about to be going up to Tampa pretty soon. Q1 2021. You'll see us in Atlanta. Also, I'll be dropping pretty soon the new IG that we want for Green Tility based out of Lagos, Nigeria, and looking at that expansion as we go through it. And then the last note I'll give y'all, you see a little logo I got up on the top here. We are going to do a branding and a relaunch of my marketing company called Blank Space Marketing. Doing that with my cousin Free. Shout out to Free. I know you on. But yeah, so that's something that we're working on. I'm not steady working clearly. But definitely, if you see me, holler at me. I look forward to seeing y'all again. The tagline, Uncle_Sep. That's my Twitter. And you can probably find me on IG with the same tagline. And if you also do gaming with the same tag. Brandon, baby, I love you, man.
Yeah, listen, love you too. Until next time.
Of course, man. Shout out to Morehouse on the back end. You know what I mean?
Peace.
Peace.
You know the vibe. Holla at you. Peace. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all pulling up. Yeah, unfortunately, the IG situation got messed up, but it's all good. Be back on Wednesday, last episode of the season. Jay Will, Jay Glow, the homie. It's going to be a good one. Appreciate y'all sliding to the corner.